Hey everybody, and welcome to Plastic Nostalgic. We're all toys are nostalgic eventually. Today we're going to look at another retro line of toys recently released. The Masters of the Universe collection, He-Man. I remember getting this one as a kid, a long time ago. And I really can't wait to open this one up. And here we have that classic Masters of the Universe packaging, but new for 20. And modern posing, retro play. Shows He-Man here on the packaging. You see the little comic book that comes with him. The He-Man is the most powerful man in the universe. And you can see here on the back, his power sword fits into his hand and he can twist into powerful battle positions. And here we have the heroic warriors and the evil warriors. We got, of course, He-Man, Teela, heroic warrior goddess, Man-at-Arms, heroic master of weapons. And down here we have Skeletor, evil lord of destruction, Evil-Lyn, evil warrior goddess, and Beastman, savage henchman. And of course they have some really nice artwork up here. With the mystical power sword, the mighty He-Man protects Eternia from the forces of evil. And here we go. Modernizing and celebrating the original 80s Masters of the Universe action figures, Masters of the Universe Origins gives you the power to pose Eternia's greatest warriors as retro-style figures or in new action-packed battle positions. Yeah, you can tell that he has much more points of articulation in this. I can't wait to get into this one. I remember when I got He-Man as a kid, I wanted to carry him around everywhere. And I had an uncle that asked me, why was I playing with dolls? I said, this was not a doll. This was an action figure. And he was the strongest action figure I had. Or the strongest looking one anyway. It looked like Muscle Builders in the Muscle Building magazines from back then. I obviously need to get a better box cutter for this before I end up hurting myself. But you should always be careful when using knives. But as a kid, I didn't worry about that too much. I just couldn't wait to get into them, and I would rip them right off the paper. Okay. Still a little bit connected there. Oh, not even using the blade on that one. There we go. This is tough. Okay, there's the card back with a little comic book inside. Now, I really liked the comic books back then and had quite a pile of them from the action figures that I had. This one is stuck. There we go. You see the explosion behind He-Man there. Well, let's check him out. So back then he came with an axe, his power sword, and a shield. Is this tied in here? Oh my goodness. Wow, they didn't want this one to come out. Little plastic things everywhere. Yeah, wow. He is definitely much more articulated than the one I had as a child. Let's see what else comes in there. You really want these things to get them out of these bags here, because they got them in there. Well, there goes something. Here's his power sword. And it appears like it might connect to Skeletors like the one from the old days. Here is his shield. Looks very similar to the previous one. Now, give me a second. I'm going to have to pause. Okay, we're back. This is his battle axe. It looks a little different. It's a little more plain than the old one was. But when I opened to package it up, it flew somewhere. Let's see if we can get it in his hand. Looks pretty good. The shield can go on his... Yeah, this He-Man looks pretty good. He's really detailed. Like I said, he's very articulated. You can put him in very many poses. His wrist moves, his elbow twists and bends. Well, it looks like it bends. His waist, knees, even his boots twist and his feet move. Yeah, this is a very nice action figure. Definitely one that would appeal to the people who had him a long time ago. Oh wow, didn't even notice that. How awesome is that? Looks like you can take it off of him too. I did that a lot. But in the comic book, this was a source of his power and strength. So I tried to leave it on him as much as possible. Okay, with that in his little bandolier thing, slip this back on him here. Battle axe in hand, and he is ready to take on the forces of evil. He-Man. I mean, with a name like Masters of the Universe, it has to be a pretty tough fella. Let's take a look at this comic book that came inside. It's called Beast Barrage. Wow, there's Snake Mountain, Skeletor and Beastman, Evil-Lyn. Hey, I know that guy. That's Prince Adam. He's getting yelled at by Teela. Probably shirking. The forces of evil come to attack. The Teela and Man-at-Arms are there at ready. And Prince Adam, of course, seems to be running away. But he says, I'll find He-Man. But in reality, he is He-Man. course, the forces of evil are no match for He-Man as he shows up. And even Skeletor gets taken down really quickly. But he says, I'll get you next time, He-Man. There's a neat little comic book. I don't see any credits on who drew it or anything. Has the characters on the back again. Pretty neat artwork, but it's a lot less substance than the ones we had as a kid. Those were some pretty deep books back then. Thanks for joining us here on Plastic Nostalgic, where all toys are nostalgic eventually. Be sure to like and subscribe, because I have the power now. And check out our next video, where we open up the evil Lord of Destruction himself, Skeletor.